Recording in progress.
Welcome to the Bravo Rundown, where we break down everything happening on Bravo, all of the hot topics that are happening. We have hot takes every week. I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, Sonia Weber. Bravo,
Hello.
Bravo, Books and Bravo. And I am Genevieve, and I am Real Melz of Bravo. We love Bravo here. How many times can we say it? Okay, let's start with our hot takes because we have a lot to cover today. Sonia, what's your hot take of the week?
Okay, so I finished House of Stassi. Now, we talked about last week. I couldn't binge it. Well, I didn't want to binge it at first. I thought this is a good show. I like it. I don't want to watch it all at once and inundate myself with it. It's hard to binge. Even I finally finished today, episode 8. Stassi is a lot as a main character. I think she works on an ensemble cast because she's so intense and she puts it all out there. And everyone keeps calling her on the cast that she's mean. She is mean. She comes across mean. So to have an entire show centered around her, I don't know that that will work moving forward. It was just so dark, which it was reality. It was dark
Right.
because it's real stuff in life. I think she needs some other friends, but I don't know that she has friends.
Yeah, I mean, when they showed that clip of Katie saying, who's on your payroll, like that kind of happens sometimes when somebody is really wealthy at some sort of level. It's like the only people around them are the people they pay to be there just because right? Like it does feel like this show is. She's like, I want my friends and family to like be where I am, right? And you're like, well, not everybody wants that either. And I feel you on that because I watched episode 3, then I tried to watch 4 right after, couldn't, had to put it on separate time, still haven't gotten through 4, and I'm not sure if I'll finish this season.
I think they need to put in, like at the very first episode, she goes to Alex Cooper's Vegas trip, whatever that was. I think we need to see more of that.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Strecker, I love. I have been following her from when she first came on Stassi's old podcast when she was still on Vanderpump Rules. When she was on Sirius, like right when she got off Sirius, she's a hoot. She's really funny. She's a great storyteller, but she's kind of a wet blanket on this show. You don't see her personality at all.
I almost texted you yesterday and said, why is Taylor friends with Stassi? Because I'm wondering, is it just because they podcast together and that's like, I mean, they obviously have gotten close, but I don't know.
Well, you don't see it. So they became friends when Taylor was on Sirius and Stassi was dating Patrick, who was also on Sirius. That was kind of her only friend in New York. Remember when she left Vanderpump Rules and moved to New York City?
Yes.
That was kind of her only friend in New York City was Taylor. So through the entire relationship, she stayed close with Taylor. I think she even met Taylor when she was married to a man at the time. So they really are friends, but I think Taylor also benefits from Stassi's success.
Yeah, absolutely. And I sent you a TikTok where somebody broke down that there was potentially a Stassi spinoff show way back in the day. Maybe we talked about it on the pod where we haven't, where it was going to be with Taylor and Stassi and Patrick, I think was even a part of it. It was like Stassi's life in New York. Well, we never got that. It wasn't made, but how interesting.
Well, when you sent that TikTok, it wasn't made because Stassi, I guess, and Patrick broke up, or the TikTok said it came from some article that she just wanted to move back to LA. I'm like, wait, I don't think I realized the level of entitlement and how things just fell in Stassi's lap back before her cancellation.
Yeah.
Because when she got on Vanderpump Rules, she didn't really even want to be on it. Christina Kelly's like, hey, come work for this restaurant. Then they had like a meeting in Sir asking like, hey, who wants to be on the show? Sure, I will. She leaves Vanderpump. She gets offered a show there. She ends up coming back to LA. Vanderpump has her back. And then in 2020, before her cancellation, she was supposed to have a wedding spinoff in Italy.
Oh, I
On
didn't
Bravo.
know that.
She was like they were scouting out locations. She had to explain all this on her podcast. And then after she got canceled, she lost everything. And you can really see a difference in the confessionals for House of Stassi. There's a despotism, how do you say that word?
Yeah,
she is
desperation.
like right, desperation. There you go. She come off as kind of desperate. She's trying so hard to be entertaining in those confessionals. And in Vanderpump, she didn't have to try. She was so confident and she just came off as entertaining.
Yes. No, and I kind of have this as my like thing I can't stop thinking about. But so I'll wait for that, but I agree. it kind of changes how I felt about Stassi, because I think I thought of her always as Vanderpump Rules OG with those iconic lines, I am the devil and don't you forget it, right? And it just worked with that ensemble. But now, if you think about the Vanderpump Rules cast, except for Ariana and maybe Katie, everyone else is just kind of floundering.
Yes.
Right? Like nobody has like what are these people doing? They're just kind of trying to hang on to like the valley. Sheena, I actually will give props to, because I do think she has a successful podcast and she does seem to like kind of like her life, right?
Yeah.
She does seem kind of happy, but yeah.
Lala's too. Her podcast. Remember we were looking up podcast ratings?
Yeah.
And Lala's ranks in like the top 10 for pop culture or TV and film, which is huge to be in the top 10. I mean, Sheena is not
very surprising.
I know.
Right?
I know. So she's doing huge. But so Stassi, she even says in one of the episodes, she's talking to some Vanderpump Villa people and said before cancellation, she used to say whatever she wanted. And there weren't any repercussions. Like she was known. And I think she prided herself that I'm just going to put it all out there and say what I want. Well, in 2026, that doesn't fly. So I think her desperation in her confessionals is nervousness, not knowing what she can say, but she's just trying too hard. I think we just need to see more fun times, but I don't know that she has friends and is going out and doing fun times.
And in one of the clips she said, or one of the episodes, I can't remember who she was saying it to, but she was like, I clawed my way and like to get this show and it has to like make it or something. And I was like, wait a second, you have a ton of money. Why does this show mean so much to you?
I think it's getting it back. She was taken off TV.
Yeah.
She and the money from having a show and being on a show will propel her online presence, brand partnerships, her podcast, her books will sell. Although I think all her books still made New York Times bestsellers.
Yeah, they did.
And I will go into it more.
Okay,
like,
we're gonna.
It's sad. It gets sad.
Yeah,
at the
because
end.
you're gonna break down like the very
final
special
scene
scene for me. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Okay, my hot take of the week was actually, let me set the stage because you were a part of this. And so Sonia sent me Lindsay posts on IG a story. I've been on MIA and I'm gonna be MIA. And then she quickly deleted it. So we're talking about Lindsay Hubbard, Hub House. Then Sierra Miller posts on Threads, like, I'm 6 minutes out from my flight. I'm not there. Like, I'm still in the car. Peek me. Then there was a blind.
What does peek me mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's like a younger term.
You're younger. I rely on you for these things.
No, we're very similar in age. So yeah, a younger listener, let us know what that means. Then Bravo and Cocktails posted that somebody had sent in a tip saying they saw Lindsay and Jesse Solomon at Heathrow London Airport in London, like eating somewhere or whatever. Okay, then it was Kyle's birthday on Tuesday. Kyle, you know this guy is going to post about his birthday. You know he's going to give you like a, second by second thing of what his birthday is. No, there was like happy birthday posts from Lindsay and Carl. And then he also had like a little video announcing his like Australia tour. And then he also, it's like, there's a lot of eye issues for Kyle. He had like a mark under one of his eyes. It wasn't a sty, but okay. I know. But yeah, like, poor guy. And then some other people have said like he has bruises from Botox sometimes. So he's got a lot of eye things. But he was like, and this, because if it was like a dot, he's like, that's from a candle because my face got pushed in the cake and it burned my eye. And I was like, okay. But I could see in the background that he was in a hotel room with like a very hotel lamp and a very hotel like art, like hotel art, right? But you can't really see. You're just like, okay, he's like in a hotel somewhere. So I'm like, you said Lindsay's going to Traders because she spotted it London. And I was like, yeah, but Jesse, like, why would Jesse be there? Well, Summer House is hot right now. Maybe they want 2 people on Traders. And remember, Lindsay was supposed to be on Traders before, but she got pregnant. So I could see her making that happen. Then we looked up when Traders filmed, and it films in May and June or maybe September. So then people were speculating that it was a cast trip. And I was like, oh, well, that would be really interesting. So I made a whole video. So my hot take of the week was that the Summer House cast was on a cast trip. But guess what? I was kind of right and kind of wrong, because we found out today that Summer House is having a crossover with Below Deck Med. So with Captain Sandy and Aisha, and that's just going to be so good.
Still confused on why Lindsay and Jesse were in London, because it's Below Deck Med. Oh,
Right.
I guess, yeah, Mediterranean.
Like a layover,
yes.
something,
In
you
London.
know. Yeah,
I was thinking
Down Under.
No, where's St. Mart's, Jamaica? What is the Caribbean?
Oh, the Caribbean, yeah.
I'm thinking the Caribbean. Like, why are we going to London to the Caribbean? Okay, but my conspiracy, I like to get into the Bravo conspiracy.
Yes.
So Lindsay puts it up there, takes it down, and I actually saw someone on Threads posted, oh, I think she's going to Traders. It was interesting because the Bravo creator accounts that go to all the Bravo events and the ones that were very much like when the Summer House leak came out, don't listen to the leak, this is horrible. Like Bravo's minions, as I like to call them, they quickly were the ones to jump on, oh, is it a Summer House cast trip? That's when I was like, oh, they're distracting. Is it Traders? What is it? They are distracted. It's only them that are guessing that it's a cast trip. Nobody else thought that. And then I think Bravo's picking up on these things, how social media runs with things. So they are just putting out stuff. Like them themselves are putting out, oh no, it's a Below Deck crossover. Where with Salt Lake City, when they had their crossover, we didn't know, right?
Well, they did. They posted a picture too.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but because I remember I was like, oh my gosh, Chef Ben is back. I was like, oh, and the Salt Lake City. I just watched that episode on Below Deck of the Salt Lake City ladies. They are, oh my God, they are so good. They are so good. And speaking of them, we got a trailer for the new episode, or for the new season, season 7. What did you think of the trailer? Initial thoughts?
It was like, it's nothing crazy. I felt like it's the divorces, the separations. This new girl looks like she's coming straight for Angie. She said something about your husband never can do this or something. I was like, oh, okay. Looks like a lot of fun times. Fortunes being read from the fortune cookie. I didn't feel like it was anything. I was on the edge of my seat.
Same. I didn't feel like there was really anything new that we didn't know, because we're so on top of everything here. So, we know about Angie and her separation with Sean. We know about Whitney and Justin, like living separate lives or something. I did think that maybe we would see a little fight between Mary and Angie in the trailer, because the speculation that they unfollowed each other, which they have, and that Angie
I
saying
didn't know that.
Heather Gay was her ride or die. Oh yeah, so in an interview last week, it was like a People or something like that. That was the one with Angie's like crazy hair that was like, it was like wavy, and
that
she
I did
had
not
like
like.
really light eyes. Yeah, I was like, this isn't interesting. And also someone said the interview looked like it was like really old footage. Like it was like kind of grainy too. So there was a lot of things happening in this interview. But in the interview, they were like, oh, who is your like ride or die right now? And she said Heather Gay. Not Mary. She didn't mention Mary. She said Heather Gay. So then I had heard that they had unfollowed each other, and then Bravo, like during the season, they unfollowed each other. Bravo, or allegedly made them follow each other back, like don't give away storyline.
Yes.
But the season has now been done filming. They don't follow each other anymore. I verified it. Mary and Angie.
I do like that Bravo says, don't do that. Don't mess up our storyline just because you're so angry. I prefer that. Also, I assume that most of Mary's storyline would be grieving her son.
Yeah.
And her like figuring out life after. I do want to see the Angie and Whitney, like their separations with their partners, because I would imagine with Whitney, she wants it, but her ex or her husband doesn't. And with Angie, it seems like maybe he wanted it because supposedly he found someone else, is the rumors, or he had a mistress.
That was the rumor, was, right? That somebody he worked with. So the other thing that I was like, thank you, Lisa. Lisa said something that I've been thinking for a while, and this is the way that because remember, the Salt Lake City girls had to sign like an addendum in their contract that they wouldn't bring up social media stuff on the show. Well, a way that you can still do that is just by saying something that you think that you believe, but you actually heard it from content creators. And one of those things is that Bronwyn's boyfriend that she was dating, he was like a model. I was like, no, that's a PR thing. This is not real. Lisa says that in the trailer. I was like, thank you, Lisa.
Because nobody believes that.
No.
Nobody believes it. No. Meredith was on Jeff Lewis. Did you listen? You told me Meredith was on Jeff Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. She seemed to say that it was a fun season. She had a good time filming this season. But maybe it's going to be a lighter season. And unlike OC, I feel like a lighter season for Salt Lake, they can still have fun and be silly, and it doesn't look so contrived.
Yes. And speaking of OC, actually, there was a story this week that was very strange. And then you listened to Andy and you found out more tea. And the story was that Vicky said this, apparently, that Andy called Brianna, her daughter, because there's, a lot of things being talked about online about Brianna and Michael after last week's episode when Michael said he hasn't seen Brianna in 8 years. And then Vicky said that Andy Cohen called Brianna and wanted her on the girls trip, which I was like,
I think, was it girls trip? I thought it was OC.
OC.
Like a cameo on OC. Yeah.
Okay. And she was like, lose my number. That's what Brianna said.
Yes, that's what Vicky says Brianna said. So Andy went on his radio show and said, that is not what Brianna said at all. I did send her a text, and he's going to do, I guess he probably recorded it today, or he's going to record it Friday, a panel of all the Ultimate Girls Trip 20th, that crew. He's going to interview them all. It'll come out next week on Sirius. And he said he's going to specifically confront or address it with Vicky in that interview, that I guess he had that conversation with Brianna about coming on, but Brianna never said, get rid of my number.
So why would Vicky lie about this?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I believe that Brianna does not want to be on the show.
Yeah,
I could totally,
same.
And it sounds like
That's
that is
fine.
the case.
Totally.
So Michael goes on the show and says how he hasn't seen Brianna in 8 years, and I haven't met her 2 children. Why would you do that and out your sister? Then Michael comments somewhere on social media how he was wherever they live, Oklahoma, and when he was there, she said, no, you can't come see the kids because of my husband.
Yes. Oh, and so there is speculation that Ryan and Michael, it's Ryan, right?
Yes.
There's so many Ryans in Bravo. Come on, ladies.
And OC.
Yeah, like find a man that's name isn't Ryan, okay? But yes, although they're better than J names, just saying.
There's a lot of Ryans on. You say that in OC. It's Jen Perdante's boyfriend.
Yes.
Tamra's son.
Yes.
The other Dr. Jen Armstrong. He was Ryan. Do you remember Ryan?
Yes. Unfortunately,
R-Y-N-E?
I remember that. Yes. But
I'm sure there's more. Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, that's not good for Brianna to have her husband and her brother not get along. But also, maybe Brianna's not really that close to Michael anymore.
They never seem that close.
Yeah.
You wonder how close Vicky is to Brianna. Do you remember the scene with Ryan, the famous party at Vicky's house with Lydia's mother, when he yells at her, get your shoes off the couch? Vicky, are you going to do something about this? And Vicky's just kind of caught in the middle. It's all mic'd, but there's no cameras. If that were to happen today, can you imagine the social media outrage for him?
No. And I'm sorry, like somebody's wearing shoes on a couch. Like there's a way to say that without yelling at them.
Well, and it's an older woman.
Yeah,
your
that
mother-in-law
part too.
house.
Like
I wouldn't say anything.
And
it's my mother-in-law's house.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything. That
No.
was out of hand. I would imagine Vicky or Brianna just doesn't want any of that on TV. But you wonder, Vicky wanted the fame so bad because she's kind of hinted around that Michael, her boyfriend, so not Michael, her son, Michael, her boyfriend, this world is a little too much for him. He did not start dating her with her. She had 2 shows back to back. She's constantly, like right now, she's doing the publicity tour for Ultimate Girls Trip, that it's a lot for him. So issues with the boyfriend, your children aren't getting along. It's going to come out on the show.
It is. And when she was on Jeff Lewis recently, she talked about how her and Michael, the boyfriend, are going to go to therapy together to deal with this new world. And yeah, the poor guy, like, I feel bad for him. He didn't sign up for this. Then on the show, they're making the storyline be like, he has a ring for her, but he says, if you're a good girl, you'll get it. And I just feel bad for the guy because I'm like, yeah, like, probably don't say that, but like maybe he was saying it in like a jokey thing that we don't understand their type of, I don't know,
But Vicky said it. He didn't tell anyone
like,
that. Vicky shared that
come
story.
on, be smarter.
She's so back into being on TV that meanwhile the people in your life are catching the strays, right?
It's just like Stassi.
Yes.
It's just like Stassi.
It
right?
is.
They
You want the fame
back.
so
They want to be back.
badly.
They don't care what they're going to get rid of in the meantime, what you could lose to have that fame back.
And I didn't think Stassi was that way, I have to
I
say.
didn't think so either. It's pretty sad.
Like
It's
Vicky
pretty
for
sad.
sure, from day one.
Like,
Day
yeah,
one.
totally.
When she said, sometimes I wish I were divorced too, when Tamara got a divorce. I'll never remember. I'll
Oh
never
my
forget her
gosh,
saying that.
I know. I mean, and she regrets, every episode she mentions her biggest regret. So far, it's been like her biggest regret is leaving Don. And it's like, yeah, but like, are you going to say that every episode? Because
Well, how do you have a boyfriend and you say that? Like you
Yeah.
push him to the side when you run into Dawn out at that the nest where you knew about.
Yes, like maybe Michael is watching the episodes now or seeing these clips and like she's always talking about her ex-husband. Remember Heather said to Gina,
Yes.
don't do that. Eventually he's not gonna like that. And like, yeah, I
just watched that episode.
Oh, you did?
They're in Montana or they're somewhere.
Yes.
And Gina's crying about her divorce. And Heather like snatches the phone and says, you cannot rely on Travis when you were upset about your ex. How do you think that makes him feel?
Yeah, don't go. I'm sorry, but I agree with that too. Like, I understand telling your person everything, but also like you don't have to be like, I really miss my ex. Like,
I know.
No. What do you think about the teaser? We got a lot of teasers this week.
Yes.
What did you think about the Ultimate Girls Trip teaser with Nene Leakes starting it out?
Yeah, they gave us the first 6 minutes, and the
Yes.
first person you see is Nene knocking on Portia's door. It's really sad because that should have been Nene and Portia's spot.
Yeah.
And I felt that that was Bravo acknowledging how Nene is one of those principal housewives that kicked this off.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, whatever lawsuit, I don't know all the specifics, but clearly that affected her spot in Bravo, but that should have been her in Portia's spot.
Yeah, and Nene, I will say, I think is the most memorable housewife. She's the most memed housewife. Like, there's so many iconic things that Nene has done and said. So she kind of is like Vicky in a one way because she was the first and the most delusional, right? And then, but Nene really soared because she was just so good for so long. And I did watch the Nene and like Carlos King interview about like when she left the show and like what had gone down. And I remember bits and pieces of it. And I remember that it was a lot of like, like they treated, like Nene would be the one to go to Bravo and be like, this is what the cast wants. This is, she was kind of like the one that the cast went to, and then she would speak for them, kind of like the spokesperson. And I feel like when you're that person, a lot of time the company you're working for is like starting to get annoyed by you because you're that person that like, hey, no, you can't do that. No, we need, it's like you're standing up for all your people. But it did sound like she had examples of how the Beverly Hills housewives were treated differently than the Atlanta housewives. Yes. And
I was going to
ask. Definitely there were examples of that, and so it just brings up a whole bigger issue. And I don't know what happened ultimately in that lawsuit either, but she said that there was a time when no one would hire her. And she said she would go on auditions or she couldn't even get auditions. And she felt like she was like blackballed.
Blacklisted
Yep.
or blackballed, yeah.
Or blacklisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said no one would hire her. And
So I think she was supposed to be on Traders this last year. Is that right?
oh, I
I,
don't
I think she was on
know.
Humble Brag with Cynthia Bailey, and she was saying she was supposed to, but her son was in the hospital, so she couldn't go. And I wonder if that was Bravo's way of kind of parlaying her back, which is the best way to do it on Traders. Maybe it was so last year, so I don't remember who from Atlanta was on it last year.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Portia.
Was it
Portia was
Portia?
on.
Okay,
She,
so I
'cause
wonder if
she
that
got
was her spot.
booted
She
early,
did pretty early
remember?
on. But it
Yeah.
was okay, so that Phaedra was the year before. So like
Yes.
maybe that was supposed to be her spot. And then maybe they wanted to see how she did there to decide if she comes back to Atlanta or if she
Right.
comes back. Because I don't know the cast for Atlanta. I'm going to jump ahead. The cast
Yes,
for
no, please
Atlanta,
do.
the cast for Atlanta, like there were rumors going circulating earlier this week that Shamia was out and that Nene was coming back. So Andy took to his radio show this week to say, if you want to know what the cast is going to look like next year, look at the current cast. And that's all he said.
Right.
Didn't address Nene, but basically saying Shamia's coming back.
Which is surprising because, again, it's that reunion seating, which is really strange. And it has to be, we've discussed this, but it has to be that K. Michelle had it in her deal that she was first seat because she is such a huge star. Right. And also, did you notice in the finale? I was like, this is a lot, which is great. Like, I'm glad that they showcased her music, but I was like, this is a lot of her music. They're actually like showing, you know?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I was like, this is a great publicity for her new album. Like, I would have done the show too if I was her and releasing that album, get a whole new set of eyes on this new, like, yes,
But the
brilliant.
album, they came up on Threads, it said the album was coming out July 31st. No, it comes out October 16th.
Oh,
But I think a single was released because I was on
okay.
Amazon listening to that one song that Drew didn't know the words to. I was like, how did
Okay.
I miss this song? I've been had it on repeat this week. So it did. There is one song from that album that came out.
Okay.
Also think that Portia did not want Shamia in her direct eye line on that. So
Yeah.
I do agree with that. Like we said, K. Michelle has enough leverage to get that spot.
Yes.
And the reason why it's Kelly and not Shamia, I think because Portia has at least she could probably say, I don't want to stay right at Shamia. So they moved her down some. But that doesn't mean she's not going to be there. I think Shamia for this season of Atlanta, everyone says she tries too hard. When
Yeah.
you look at what she was going through in her life at the time, was it like male embryos that didn't take? She's down to her fifth one. Her surrogate ended up getting the last one she used ended up getting cancer. The baby was born prematurely. Her child has special needs. Now you're trying to get pregnant again and like you're having loss after
Right.
loss. Then the bum bum business, like you're spending the entire
Rum, rum bum.
rum bum. I think bum bum may be like a diaper
I like
rash
that
thing.
bum bum.
But she was spending the entire season promoting it only
Yeah.
for it to fall through the cracks. Like she's probably compartmentalized so much stressors that like when you're trying to push down emotion,
Yes.
it's like, oh my gosh, and you're like overdoing with the happiness. I
Yes.
wonder if that's part of why she came off so strong because deep down she was hurting.
Yeah, you're so right. And sorry if you can hear my dog barking.
That's okay. Hi,
Stop
Vinyl.
it. Come here. Sorry.
No, you're good.
He's just barking. We're
Vinyl
both
wants to
on.
talk about Atlanta.
He wants to too. I know.
He needs to.
Shamia, I really liked her last season. I really enjoyed her. I thought she was a lot of fun. And then, I don't know, and also Kelly, like I liked her too. Then something about this season, I don't know if I'm just like a Portia stan now, where I'm just like, oh, I just love Portia so much. But I do feel like Shamia is like initiating this stuff. And I love Angela
Yes.
too. And so I love when like Angela comes for Shamia. And then Shamia's not clapping back as good as like Angela. Angela just like gets you. I would
Yeah.
love to see Nene with
Yes.
Angela. Like,
With all of them.
yes,
With all of them. Angela and Nene would be
right.
so
I mean, they would be
good.
so good. And like, it'd be cool if like at first they didn't get along, but then they did. Kind of like Phaedra and Angela,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Where did Nene and Phaedra leave off when they were last together? Do you
Oh,
know?
no.
Did you see in Next Gen, Angela's daughter was on last night's episode? Like a quick little cameo. They didn't even say
No.
Angela Oakley's daughter. It just said Amari. It was some girls' night and it said, oh, Riley has some friends here and Amari. I'm like, wait, rewind. This is Angela's daughter, Amari? Can we not get a Chiron saying Angela's daughter?
That's cool. So stop it. Stop. Sorry.
It's
He
okay.
won't
We've got
stop.
little vinyl. Big vinyl.
He keeps barking.
It's all right.
I'm like, he's distracting me. What did you think of Next Gen? I watched the beginning of it. I liked that they were going to BravoCon.
Okay, so the first show to actually break the fourth
Yes.
wall, not House of Stassi, it is Next Gen. House of Stassi and Next Gen have a lot of similarities with their production. The
Yes,
the words
they
going
do.
on, running on the screen, constantly acknowledging that there's a fourth wall, looking into the eye of the camera. I actually think House of Stassi, like they rely on it too much. Whereas Next Gen, it's just part of the show.
Yeah.
They didn't go into the show planning to break the fourth wall, but anytime it breaks, they include it in the show. Whereas House of Stassi, I can't speak today. House of
okay.
Stassi went in, everyone, okay, guys, we're gonna break the fourth wall. So feel free or make sure you acknowledge that we're filming a show. It was a bit too much in House of
I
Stassi.
agree. I agree. And I remembered last week we were kind of praising it. Like, we were like, whoa, it's so cool. Da, da, da. And then this week I'm like, it's too much.
It's too much.
Right? It's like, stop doing that. And
It is.
I just, and Stassi's not likable anymore.
She's not like, I think it's too much. She's
I
our
think so,
protagonist
too.
in this show.
Yeah,
She is not.
yeah.
It's like when Joey from Friends got his own show. How long did that last?
Not very long.
And I think we also probably need whoever she brings on as these side characters, they need to independently have storyline.
Yes.
I mean, they kind of did with the Taylors and the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a spoiler for you. The Taylors,
Yes.
they had a son. Guess what his name is? Guess.
Taylor.
No. Who else did they name
Stassi.
it after? A boy.
Bo? Really?
Yeah. So apparently Taylor Strecker's mom's maiden name is Benoy. So for
Oh.
short, they're gonna call him Bo.
Okay. Well, now they have to have a girl and name her Stassi.
Well, not helping the whole. Yeah, I know. Seriously, not helping the whole like
oh,
Stassi. Like the Taylor is so obsessed with Stassi and will do anything for her. What did you think of Stassi's sister?
I was like, this family. I was like, she sounds like Stassi. She's like kind of, annoying. Like she was very like Stassi is, but also kind of entitled.
No, she's sweeter though, I feel. I think she
Okay.
has more of the empathetic nature than Stassi does, but they just don't click. They have no
No.
chemistry. She does
No.
not spend time with her sister.
No.
Supposedly her mom and brother aren't in 2 episodes. Stassi says she didn't invite them to be on the show. It was wherever sister was, they just went to go be where sister was. And they have different fathers, so they weren't raised together. Stassi has that one brother that we never
Nikolai?
see him. No. There's another brother that they share a mother and father. And he's never been on anything. I think once on social media, he lives in the Midwest. Maybe he was in the military, but he stays away from all of their life. But these two, the younger two, are the ones with different fathers. And they're just so different. Like Nikolai is sending nasty texts to Stassi because he claims that Stassi treats mom really badly. So he comes in defending mom all the time.
Oh.
It is dysfunctional.
It seems like, I mean, when we met Stassi's mom on Vanderpump Rules and her dad, like I remember that they sided with Jax. And they
Yeah.
were like, right? Like give him and I was like, that's your parents? Like, no. And they're like, come on, like forgive him. Or I don't, it was very weird.
It's still weird.
Okay.
It's still
Yeah.
weird. Remember the episode when the moms are there and she's so needy and Dana, I think is Stassi's mom,
Yeah, I
like
think that's
hugging
her
on
name.
Kristen. I just want her to
Yes.
need, and they acknowledge how she's such a needy person. It's like, who's the mother? Who's the daughter here?
Yes. Yes. And
Which
yeah, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, Stassi has gone on so many podcasts I didn't even know existed because I only listened to Bravo podcasts.
Yeah.
She's a good time. Like she was on Morgan Stewart's podcast. She was on The Bitch Bible. She's funny. She's energetic. She's entertaining. That is who needs to be on the show instead of this depressing show that we saw where she has no chemistry with anyone. Even with Taylor, they have chemistry on their podcast. They banter so well. I don't know what this was.
See, that's so interesting because I know I was like, show is going to be a lot of fun. And last week when we talked about the premiere episode, it again, I was like, oh, it's so great. It's like, bop, bop, bop. But then watching more of it, it still was that, but the things that we've mentioned, and then also the music. At first, I was like, oh, the music is different and cool. But now, after watching a little bit more, the music is dark. Like the
It's not
music.
Trixie Monaco.
No, no, it's not. It's not like I'm a boss babe. I like girls, or like that's what the Crappens guys always do, right? No, it's like dun 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 dun.
They're leaning into the darkness.
Yes, and it feels like I know Stassi really likes like
I forgot that
period
about her.
pieces and all that murder and da da da. But like I think those are like that's like the music that you hear in kind of like a thriller, and so it makes sense that we're feeling some sort of way just even from the music. And even when we interviewed Sax Eno, who is the editor of Vanderpump Rules many seasons, he said that the editors choose the music and to make you feel something, right? But like this music makes you feel a little on edge the whole time.
So they want you to. Then they want you to feel that way.
That's what I'm wondering.
Even the filter, there's like they have those fall brown colors like in the city does on theirs, but it's always dark.
Yes.
It was too much. So what do you think about the whole model of pushing out all 8? If we had gotten them 1 week by 1 week, do you think the darkness and intensity would feel as much?
That's a great question. It might, but it might take longer to realize it because,
Yes.
right? So like I wouldn't notice till I'm maybe in week 4 and we're like in it. And when I'm like, oh, wait, this is making me feel weird, right? Like, but this also, I feel like you're going to be relevant for this long, for a minute, right? It's going to be last week, this week. And guess what? Next week, nobody's going to be talking about you. And for somebody who really wants relevancy and wants attention, that's not great, but I guess that's how Hulu does it.
Yeah, because they do that with Secret Lives. That's why I fell
Yeah.
off. I could watch an episode or two, but I cannot binge that show. I can't watch that show. It's too much
I can't
for
me
me.
neither. And then also add in commercials with that show.
Oh,
and I don't
gosh.
even know how you watch Stassi with commercials.
was bad.
Honestly.
It's
Poor
bad. I'm
thing.
constantly phone, and it tells me, my husband goes, well, at least you get a little countdown in the quarter, a minute, 30 seconds. So you know how long you have. I was like, not really.
Do
I
you-
DVR everything.
Yeah. Do you watch it on the big screen and then have your phone in your hand?
Yes, or on my
Okay.
iPad. One of the two. Yeah.
So
It just
that's
depends.
awesome. This is not a show that you can watch on your phone and not
No.
have anything else because you'll just be stuck watching those commercials forever. Okay, so
And they
tell
totally
me,
brought Katie on just for the show.
Oh.
I don't think there was any wanting to make amends with Katie. And Katie didn't even have a big role. Katie hosts emo night, and Stassi can't be bothered to stay up late to go to emo night for her friend.
yeah, I mean, Katie,
She doesn't fit in.
No, yeah, it definitely felt like nobody wanted Katie there, which I was happy to see Katie, honestly, and I thought she did great. She's not going to ruin her Vanderpump Rules hero edit at the end, which is good. You know what I mean? Like once
Yeah,
you
this
leave on
won't.
top, don't come back, right? Don't come back. Don't ever come back.
But
Because
you need the
never
money.
know.
So what is Katie doing? She has her podcast. She has the sandwich shop. But I would imagine if a reality show comes in your lap and
Yeah.
you're not the main star, yeah, make a little money.
Totally. Yeah, make a little money. And honestly, it was short, she wasn't
Yeah.
she didn't have to be the main drama. But okay, tell me about
the ending.
scene. Yes.
The last 20 minutes. So the season started with
Spoiler alert, everyone.
Yeah, spoiler alert, the very last 20 minutes. And if you aren't going to watch the show, just watch the last 20 minutes of the very last episode.
Okay.
So the show starts with in Vanderpump Villa, Stassi throws down the divorce word, right? Like they're having
Yes.
issues in the marriage. As we watch the whole season, we're seeing how Beau wants to go get a job. He wants a life outside of the house because Stassi is experiencing the world and doing everything, but she's also bringing in a lot of money. So in the end scene, the girls, so Taylor, Katie, and Christina say, I think we really need to talk to Stassi, let her understand how Beau is feeling. Like we need to intervene with how she's treating Beau and get her, like get them on a good page. So they start bringing it up slowly, and she's kind of like, whoa, I taught them how to be in a reality show, and they kind of flipped it on me is what's happening, right? Like she taught them how to do a reality show, not Katie, and then now they're flipping the tables on her. So she's like kind of going with it. Like, okay, so then Bo starts talking and saying like, I really wish that you would do this, this, this. And she's like, well, we've talked about this. And you could tell she's just going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly he said, well, sometimes I want to go out. What do you mean you want to go out? Well, like maybe at night I want to do something. And this was it. But you can't feed the kids dinner and put them down by yourself. And that was the button. She lost it. That was
Ooh.
not reality TV. That was pure, honest emotion. And she just starts screaming and bawling. These are things I confess to you late at night that nobody knows about, that I cannot handle our children on our own. You really, I feel like I'm a horrible mother. That is like a trigger that I have, that you push that button in front of everyone. Like she just loses it. My children are hard. I can't handle my children. Like you could tell, like it was going, but he brought up her biggest insecurity, which is that she cannot handle her kids on her own and she cannot mother. Yeah. And she
Oh
just
my
walked from the table, like, but like not just
gosh.
like crying, fake tears in the eyes. It was like you could hear her not even able to breathe because her big, can you imagine your biggest insecurity that you have told your partner like thick into the middle of the night, knowing that they wouldn't tell anyone? You just brought that out on reality TV.
I mean,
Made
this
for great TV, but
this is what she wanted, right?
that's what she wanted.
She wanted, I mean,
She's getting some hate for that, which is like, I honestly think at the end of the day, like it was really dark. They're bringing up things that actually happen when you are a parent and you have
mhm.
children. It completely changes the dynamic of your marriage. We're seeing it a little bit with Luke and Kristen, but this is, I feel like, a little more natural because she keeps saying, I am the breadwinner. She kept saying it over and over again. I make all the money. You can do whatever you want. I am the breadwinner. And then she says, like, this would never happen if I were a man. And I'm like, actually, yes, it would happen.
Yeah.
And it does happen. These are things that are just not talked about on television. Because Christina starts crying and says, I'm the beau in my relationship. Her boyfriend Max comes home and I've taken care of the baby all day long. And I don't want to stress him out and tell him how stressed out I am. So I
Right.
just shut down and I can't express how I feel. Like these are all things that happen in a marriage. Stassi could not hear Christina. She was like, stop talking, stop talking. It's like she couldn't hear Bo, she couldn't hear Christina. She feels like she is making all the money for the family and he shouldn't say anything. But it was the children thing that she just lost it.
Wow.
Yeah. And it ended that I'm assuming it ended in the assumption that it's already getting a second season because
Mm-hmm.
she says you're something along the lines of we're just gonna have to wait for next season. She didn't say next season. We're gonna have to wait and see who comes back. That's how she ended it.
Oh. I have seen like some of her social media posts. It was like a photo shoot or something, and the kids were like pulling at her dress or something. And the comments on this post ate her up. These
What
comments
did they
were like, they were
say?
like, these kids need discipline. You need to tell those kids to stop that. Like, you need, like, and so then I was like, oh, is this like, is there no discipline in that household? Are they, like everyone is different parents, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have kids. So, but like there's parents that discipline, but there's also those parents that are like, you do you, whatever,
Yeah.
right? And so it felt like from what I was seeing on the social media that she's very much like, like letting them be free spirits or
Yeah.
whatever, which
Yeah.
you do you, but I was just
Was
like,
it a video
wow,
or a
it was a
photo?
video. It was a
I have to see
video.
it because you don't know in those circumstances. When you're in the middle of a big photo shoot, you got producers, photographers, everyone there. You also don't want to be like, get down, sit down,
Yeah.
stop doing that. You don't want to do that in public. So you're like, okay, you're just kind of going with the flow. Like that's harsh to criticize someone's parenting in a moment like that. Because in public, sometimes you just want to get through it and move on. Give them a
Yeah.
candy bar,
Yeah.
give them a bag of Doritos. All right, do whatever, and we'll get out of here. And then you get in the car and you let them know how they behaved and how that's unacceptable.
So now that you've watched the whole series, do you think, who do you think, this is a question I asked this week on my TikTok, do you think Stassi is as toxic as Jax?
Oh, wow.
Because I was just thinking about this one night and I was like, well, Stassi, we always were like, Stassi's so cool, you know, and like, how come she dated Jax? And then I was like, how come she dated Jax?
I
Like,
know. How
how
were
did
they
that,
attracted
like,
to each other?
yeah, so I'm like, oh, wait a second. Are they more similar than what?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if Stassi gets her buttons pushed, like her really sensitive buttons, if they hit, she's gonna go ballistic. She's not
Yeah.
coming in on the office. Jax was abusive to
Yes.
Brittany, put her in financial situations that she is having to pick up slack for him. No, he's truly horrible. She's someone that I think she's selfish. She just is. She's selfish. I don't think there's any personality disorders here. I think she's selfish.
Yeah.
I think she grew up entitled. I mean, because she's also paying for things for her mom, for her sister, Beau's sister. Granted, she's getting them on the show, but I don't think she's as bad. And I think there are times like she will listen to Beau.
Right, which is important. And the whole thing of the show, it seems like, is that she's a changed Stassi. This is a new Stassi, but it's in the old Stassi.
I think she's changed because she's more aware of what she's saying because she's scared to get canceled again.
Right.
I think she's changed because she's worried that she's going to lose what she has again. She is the opposite of Bethany. Remember when Bethany came back to Roni? Everyone was like, she's so different now because she had money. She had the confidence. She had business. Her skinny girl was sold, so she made millions, billions, whatever. Whereas Stassi, it's the flip. She was confident and secure with her job and everything before. Now she's come back and she's desperate to kind of glob on and not wanting to lose what she has.
Yes, and the thing is, she doesn't want to lose what she has, but she might ultimately lose the most important thing, which is her family and her, like, love.
Why do you think she keeps referring to herself as Kris Jenner? What's that about?
I wonder about that because I made a video about that too, and I'm like, so, like, Kris Jenner ultimately pimps her kids out for money. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. But I don't know. Well, then, because she says, I pay for everything, I pay for everything. Are you wanting Beau to also make your level of money? So you're kind of bringing him into your world? He doesn't want to because she has said to him on camera, we talked about it, it was like episode 1 or 2, be an influencer. And he's like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
And for her, it's like, the money is sitting right there. All you have to do is start making brand deals and you could do it.
And remember on Beverly Hills when Amanda Francis kept saying, I am the breadwinner, I am the breadwinner. And they're like, don't say that. Like, don't just keep saying that. And it's the same with Stassi. Like, you think Beau wants everyone, like, obviously we know that you're making tons of money, Stassi. Like, the show is called House of Stassi. It's not called, like, House of Stassi and Beau, right? But, like,
Yeah.
so you keep saying that you're the breadwinner, you're making all the money. But then there are the things that he is doing, like taking care of the kids, that you don't think you could do without him. So isn't that kind of like equal?
It should be equal, yeah.
Right?
But I think when he says, I don't like staying home all the time and having to take care of the kids, and then she says, well, I bring in all the money, basically saying like we live this lifestyle because I work. So you're the one that has to stay home with the kids because I'm the one working. Like I rely on you to do, like, even if you have a nanny, they can't do everything.
Right.
They have things that they like, you're still in charge, doctor's appointments, everything, right? She wants him to be that because she is making money, but to make that money, she has to be available at last minute notice to travel wherever to do whatever brand deal, right?
Right.
And I think that they both have valid points. They both need to just stop. And I hear you. Even Beau, like Christina and Katie are all feeling bad for Beau, but Beau also needs to stop and say, I hear what you're saying. You do a lot. Like, it goes a long way when you
Yes.
acknowledge the other person before you say what your needs are, right? Acknowledge the other person. Stassi, like, you do so much. I appreciate all. That's what she wants to hear. And her saying, Beau, I appreciate everything that you do, and I hear you. Like, it has to start from there before getting into any kind of argument.
I think that season 2, they're going to need marriage counseling, like on the show, like do a Bravo therapist, like just because this is the kind of talk that they need to have with each other, where it is like what you just said was like perfect. Can you just clip that and send that to
There
them?
you go. Well, and she says in the show multiple times, Taylor keeps telling her, you need to go to therapy. Katie says, go to therapy. I don't want to go to therapy. After he said the divorce, after Stassi said the divorce word at Vanderpump Villa, she said, we did couples therapy. Well, would you do 1, 2 sessions and you're done? Because you
No,
two
you
just need
to
to
go back.
communicate. That's what they keep saying. Like
Yes.
your buttons get triggered and you both just yell. I
Yeah.
don't think it's ending towards divorce, but I think these years when the kids are small are going to be extremely rough if they can't communicate better.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I want to talk to someone who is adjacent to Stassi. Since I mentioned Jax, I watched this video. I guess Jax is probably really happy because TMZ wants to talk to him again.
Oh gosh.
And he said he's got a lot of love for Lori, the publicist, that he loves her.
That's how we
And
started it off too, isn't it?
yeah,
It was awkward.
it was. And then he was like, Brittany is saying things that aren't true. Like, you guys haven't seen me in a long time. I'm sober and da da da. And I'm just wondering, Lori, publicist lady, Brittany has been sharing now. She was sharing it on Watch What Happens Live and in a People interview. Like, Lori was there for her after the like abuse that she was, went through with Jax Valley season 2, which we know there was probably more abuse than just that we heard about, right? But allegedly. But like Lori has been a shoulder for Brittany to cry on. Brittany said she was like a family member, like not just a publicist, not just a good friend. Like she's been there for her. Does Lori not see the wool that Jax pulls over everyone's eyes? Like Lori does not see through his bullshit.
Lori is the Amanda Petula.
Literally.
Brittany is the Sierra.
Yeah.
I it's got to be all for publicity from Lori. How could you see everything that he did and feel he's a changed man?
And yes, and want to like be with him. Like once you're in with Jax, good luck. You are never getting out. Like
I
I'm
wonder
shocked.
if this is all a setup.
Really? It could be.
I just like, why is Brittany taking the bait? Why are you letting him have the attention? Because you giving him the attention and you talking about him, then he's going to TMZ wants to now talk about him because you brought him back into our cultural zeitgeist, whatever.
Yes.
Like why she's so the Smartwater.
Yeah.
He does the Smartwater. I'm doing quotes because we don't know if it was officially a brand deal.
Right.
He does the picture with Smartwater. No one would have acknowledged it, cared about it, whatever. Brittany brings it up on our podcast and says, there's no way that's a real deal. Smartwater contacted me and said that it's not actually a deal. Well, why'd you do that, Brittany? Now you brought him back in and we're talking about him. Ariana handled it the best of anyone. She did her season of Scandival. When she found out about the video, she called production. They picked up cameras. She filmed another season. Done. Not talking about him, not bringing him up. She had such restraint. But look at it. Like Sandoval, like on his own will come in the news, but nothing from her. Brittany needs to take a pay. Like I understand you have anger, you are frustrated, but the more you talk about him, he loves it.
No, he does. I know, because that's very interesting because apparently Ryan Bailey like broke the Smartwater thing like on his pod, but like nobody cared until Brittany talked about it on her pod and gave it attention. And yeah, Jax, he's loving this. TMZ's interviewing him. He's probably like, oh yes, I'm back, So yeah, with someone like that, I think you do have to gray rock. Like that's what you have to do with a Jax, right? You just don't give him anything. That's what Ariana had to do with Tom. And look, you give someone like a Tom Sandoval, they're going to make their own reputation without you doing anything. Look at Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandoval, sorry. The headlines about Tom Sandoval this week that he has a tiny pee-pee.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't even say it. And then that his ex-girlfriend is dating Chris Angel. I
don't even read it. I just see Sandoval and I move on. I don't care. I'm not. But Jax is on TMZ. Like, what's this about? And I'm listening. Like, why?
I know.
Why?
Literally should have turned it off. And you know what? I was just like, yes, because I don't know. Yeah, next time we're turning it off.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know what you can't stop thinking about this week.
Oh, so nobody seems to be caring about Real Housewives of London, and I really
Oh.
enjoy it. I think it's good. I think it reminds me so much of Beverly Hills. You can tell the first 4 episodes have aired, and I think Bravo's kind of over it too because In the City is canceled, not canceled, sorry. In the City ended, and Housewives of London comes on Tuesday night. So I watched my episode, and then it ends, and I was like, okay, let me watch the preview, and I'm gonna go watch Stassi. There's another episode on, so they played 2 episodes on Tuesday. So I'm like, oh, they're trying to hurry up and get this thing done. They're trying
Oh.
to air all these episodes and be over with it. It's really good. I don't know why I don't know if they're not advertising it enough because it reminds me of season 1 of Beverly Hills. Now they're trying to get the cast right in the first 4 episodes, and they had this one woman that was in there, this blonde woman for 2 episodes, and she's like at the dinner scene. It's everyone and this one blonde woman. Then she's gone. Now they go on a trip to the Cotswolds, and this other woman has come in, Gina, who I found her on social media. She has 1.2 million followers.
Oh my
I don't know who
gosh.
she is, but I don't know if she lasts because finally, from Ladies of London Part 1, or the first rendition of it, Juliet Angus is coming in this week. I cannot wait. So Amanda Cronin has been the one that everyone's talked about. Supposedly PK was making out with her or something. There's a picture of her with
Oh,
PK and
yes.
Mauricio. Dorinda knows her. Well, she's been real, like she comes from money. She dated, is it someone from Wham? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. One of those
Yes, no,
80s.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She dated
But
someone from Wham because I
she's got
remember the Crappens guys talking about
Okay,
it.
so she
Yeah.
has got money, but she's very like with her British accent, very subdued. I'm like, I thought this woman was like a big personality. Oh, we just need Juliet Angus to come in because I saw the previews. They know each other, and Juliet, is going to get the real Amanda heated, angry to come out. Back to Paddington. You heard that phrase, back to Paddington? Well, apparently Amanda Cronin made a song about it. It keeps coming
Oh,
on my every single TikTok Amanda Cronin does, she uses her audio. Like literally everyone. It's a little
oh.
song she made going back to Paddington.
Well,
Meredith Marks did a little TikTok with her singing her song Back to Paddington.
oh my gosh, she's lucky she got Meredith Marks. And I think Juliet Angus will be able to bring out anyone's
Yes.
anger. And just I
Yes.
remember her from the first season, and she definitely like grew on you. Like at first,
Yeah.
Caroline Stansberry like didn't like her, but then she like
She's
was
friends
okay
with
with
Lindsay
her.
Lohan.
Oh,
Like the early 2000s, she was friends with Lindsay Lohan.
really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what made me be like, I don't know about you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna have to catch up just because of what you
Maybe
said.
skip to episode
Okay.
5. Like you're really
Okay.
not, you know, Panthea.
Yes, I do.
She's a lot, but I think she just lacks self-awareness.
Well, that's what we want in our
That's
housewives,
why I think it's a
right?
great housewife show. I don't know why people are angry about Ladies of London. They're not aware that it's on. I think it's great. I'm loving it. So
I love
let us know
that.
if you're watching. Message us,
Yes,
Instagram or
let
TikTok.
us
Let us
know.
know.
And then what I can't stop thinking about this week is this House of Stassi. Like I think about this show and I try to watch it, but like I can't watch that much of it at once, right? And then this is really bad, but like I was playing with my dog outside and I wasn't even like paying that much attention to it, but I was like, are we getting
Wait,
like
paying attention to Vinyl or to House of
to
Stassi?
the house of stuff to my
Oh,
dog?
okay.
I wasn't really paying attention to the episode. I was kind of like, what is happening here? But I keep thinking about this show. I feel like it's very haunting. And my question to you now, even though I kind of already asked you, is do you think, oh, does the show change the way that you felt about her? Like the way you
Yeah.
remember her, from Vanderpump Rules, did
Yes.
this show change that?
Yes. And it's funny. I was telling one of my friends who watch it, my one friend that also watches Bravo. I was asking her, did you watch House of Stassi? She goes, oh, I haven't watched it yet. I've heard, Stassi's changed. She said she looks so normal on social media now. I was like, oh, no, no, no. Don't be fooled. She does. Her look is very, I'm Quince style, but
Yeah.
probably high-end clothing. Very Morgan Stewart, right? I can't think of
Yes.
someone else. Very just chic, her outfits. So I'm thinking too, like, oh, this is like a different Stassi. Oh no, she starts to speak. It's on the devil, don't you forget it. She is still the same, the weird. She talked about destiny swapping
She
because
did.
they were on the Queen Mary? Do you remember in Beverly Hills 90210, junior year of college, they do their finale episode on the Queen Mary? We have to include a 90210
We
reference like every episode
do.
now. They're on the, and I think it was the Cardigans that sang Love Fool in the episode.
Oh my gosh, that's so iconic. That was like one of my first like CDs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I randomly, Ariana sang that at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade like 2 years
I
ago, I think.
remember
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Because
Oh my
after that, I went and played it on Amazon, and now I like once a month I'll pull up that
You're like,
song to
"Oh,
listen
that
to.
would be yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay, major
Okay.
sidebar, but they're on the Queen Mary and they do a ghost tour. And I think that's when Stassi starts talking about destiny swapping and how living in Louisiana, she did so many ghost tours, and that's where she learned about destiny swapping.
Whoa. I wonder if Stassi has destiny swapped since her cancellation. If she's tried to
And
get someone
remember, we're
else's destiny.
destiny swapping, we heard it for the first time, both of us on Housewives of Atlanta a couple
Yeah,
episodes
because
ago when Portia claimed that
said-
Shamia was destiny swapping with her by coming on that show.
And I hope that Andy brings that up in the reunion because I want to see
has
what
to.
Shamia says back to that. Because if someone said that about me, you best believe I want to say something back. But also that was like, this is why Portia is so good. This is why
Yeah.
Portia is Portia. Rapid fire questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have to say, I forever changed. Like I thought of Stassi. The cancellation is terrible. I guess I just try to like decompartmentalize that word. Like I try not to, I just think of Stassi as those like iconic lines. But that's awful. And I don't know if she's changed. I don't like her anymore. Like from watching
Or
the
have
show.
you changed?
Oh, maybe I have. But I think you were right. An ensemble cast is so much better than hello, it's about me, 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 me. And I feel like that's why these Housewives shows work, because would you want to watch just one of these ladies for like 40 minutes? Maybe not. Right? Like a
no.
lot of those spin-off shows get canceled, or like even those wedding specials are not very good. But the group dynamic, that's what we love.
Yeah.
Speaking of the group dynamic, your rapid fire this week is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, because they're coming back. Would you rather try Meredith Marks' caviar or Lisa Barlow's Vita Tequila?
Vita Tequila. Oh, look at you with your little Lisa Barlow
Lisa
accent.
Barlow, baby gorgeous. Oh, that wasn't very
Vita
good.
Tequila, hands down. I'm making a margarita.
I really want to try Meredith Marks' caviar. I don't know
Miss
what's wrong
Vegan?
with me. I know. Well, I'm a pescatarian.
Oh,
but
do you like sushi?
I do eat.
Okay.
I eat seafood occasionally.
But sushi, they say, I remember Gretchen saying this to Tamra. She was trying to get Vicky to eat sushi, and Gretchen told Tamra, if Vicky doesn't like sushi, she's not going to like the caviar. Tamra was trying to get Vicky to eat caviar, and Gretchen said if she doesn't like sushi, she's not going to like the caviar.
Yeah, I like sushi. So,
Okay, then you're good.
Right. Okay. Mary and Angie or Angie and Heather?
I feel like I'm supposed to say Mary and Angie, but I think I'd want to hang out with Angie and Heather.
Oh my gosh. Those are fighting words. I am Mary and Angie stand. But
I'm scared that Mary is going to like say something. You're around people that will like call things out when you're not ready for that to be called out. I feel like Mary would call out something that I'm not wanting to be called out, or something that I'm insecure about.
Oh, yeah, same. And
Whereas Heather will just get drunk.
Yeah, and Mary's gonna be like, you have a bucket head, or
Something,
like your head,
yes.
your head is big and fat, or something. Like your head is big. You're like, okay,
little
thank
girl.
you. Yeah, little girl. Brittany Bateman, happy she is back or needs to go?
Happy. And I think I listened to so many podcasts, or she was on Sirius, a lot of different Sirius, with a lot of different hosts on Sirius, the different radio shows on Radio Andy, and I liked her.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Go ahead.
I'll give
answer.
her one more season. She's fine. It works.
She did good last season. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Bad weather. The chaos we need, or production puppets that need to be stopped?
I think the production puppets win. Remember, I didn't watch a couple seasons of Salt Lake, so Me coming in now after misting like 2 or 3 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
I like them. You can tell they're like Gina and Emily's though. You
Yes,
can see that.
you really can.
But I'm not as like it took to this season where I'm over Gina and Emily on OC.
Oh
Like
my
just now, after like
gosh.
8 seasons. So
Okay,
I'm not
so
there with Whitney and Heather yet.
okay, so I'll get back to you in like a year or two and see where you're
Yes.
at. I am
So you're
watching
saying
season, yeah,
production puppet.
yeah, production puppets. I'm watching season 3 of Salt Lake City, and I hadn't watched it before. And it's the season where Whitney and Heather don't get along. And it is
Who's
so,
the is Monica is it
no,
Monica Garcia's
Jen
episode?
Jen
No.
Shaw is still
Jen
there.
Shaw. Is
So
that
it's
the
Jen Shaw's season where she's like gonna go
arrested?
to trial and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one. And or I think she got arrested the season before, and this is
Oh,
like
in season 2?
the
The Sprinter
trial.
Band
I
was
think
season
I
2?
can't remember. Maybe that I feel like because I feel like that Jenny girl was in the
Yes, I didn't
Sprinter
watch
Band.
that season.
She was season 2. So
Okay.
this is season 3 where it's like Jen is gonna go to trial soon, and Heather and Whitney have had like a falling out, and I really like watching them not get along. I'm like, this is awesome. So I want more. I want Bad Weather to go up against each other.
Oh, that'll be good. I vaguely
Tornado
remember
Destroy.
that.
I think they're
Yeah.
going to break apart Angie and Mary. That's my prediction, is that Whitney and Heather have a big thing to do with that.
Wait, this season or this?
Yeah, this new season,
Oh.
I feel like they're always behind whatever is going on the show. That's
So
my
do you think
prediction.
Mary's going to be an island or she's going to be with Lisa and Meredith?
I think she's going to be with Lisa and Meredith, but also I think it's going to be a really hard season for Mary, and maybe like
think
she
so.
shouldn't have even been there for, but maybe you want to work because you just,
I think you might want to like keep busy and do
Yeah,
something. And maybe
yeah.
production is very understanding on days that she does not want to film
Yeah.
or having a bad day. Because she kind of in general didn't seem to film a ton last season, right? Or like
Yeah, I mean, she was there more than. There's been other seasons when she's
Like,
not, right?
the below deck crossover. Oh, Angie's in the room. I'm going to stay in the room. Were you eating your dinner in a room where the person keeps getting up to puke?
Oh, yeah, I know. And like,
I couldn't
like
do
on a
that.
bed, it's a little. I just look
You're
at my
like
bed. I'm
sleeping
like,
right next to
like
each
how
other.
you're like.
With like
I know. I
vomit
just
breath.
watched that, but Mary loved the food. Like it was.
She
Those
did.
ladies are so funny. Like watching the below deck part of it was so cool because then you're like, oh my God, I remember this. And then like they're just fighting the entire time. And like Captain Jason comes in to try to like have dessert with them. And he's like, okay,
like, I'm
never
out.
mind. Like, these ladies are crazy.
How drunk do you think Kyle's going to get on that boat? And is Captain Sandy going to have to like turn the boat around and go back?
Was like, Kyle is going to pee off the end of that boat.
Oh, 100%. Like that's a fact.
Right? Like
But
that's
I
like,
just wonder like how if like wasn't there a below deck episode where someone was so drunk and then they jumped in the water in the middle of the night or late at night?
and,
Like,
yeah, and like you're not
That's
allowed
Kyle.
to do that. That is Kyle.
yeah. And they were going to send her home and said like we have to send your friend back.
Oh
to
yeah, like that
something
lady
like
had to
that.
go. Well, there's been
Yeah.
a couple of things, but yeah, there's no, you can't drink.
That's
you
gonna be
can't
Kyle.
Jump in at night. No, I know that is going to be Kyle. Thank you so much for being here. We are the Bravo Rundown, and we're so happy that you're here listening. Follow us, the Bravo Rundown. Follow us, Real Males of Bravo, and Bravo, Bravo Books and Bravo. And we'll see you next week. And give us a 5-star review. We would
Yes.
love that. And send us your hot takes because we'll talk about them on the pod. Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.